Utilities coming out. The read is here at B.
Fostar sees two players coming out of the heaven position, gets that one kill on Prime. Of course, he being a man to watch, having left that Trident side very recently, who are also competing in the other side of the bracket. So want to try to see if they can go further in this lineup. Tricked had the bomb plant, however, they're going to try and suppress the CT defensive in a 3-on-3 scenario. Spint, the next player to fall. Sycrone seeing two players, desperate to try tap up some headshots. He has info on all three CTs, and Lucky comes into support, but he needs a bit more with this raid boss P250. He's got 3 kills so far in this round. kwezz also sitting back here towards ramp, sees one player, forces Railway out into the marshmallow position. Foster's on the bomb right now, though. They're tapping up, doing damage. They can't get a kill on the man. The defuse is going to get stuck, and in-game will have the pistol round.
Okay, they get 3 kills in the pistol, and they're just taking an eco.
Yeah, I want to get the rifles out in full-blown force, I guess. You know, it's a surprising factor because you do see a pretty common amount of force buys when it comes down to the second round buys, especially when it comes to the bomb plant bonus. They lost that first kill on the in-game side, so maybe it might still work out for them. The hand cannon's fragging. Prime follows onto kinqie. Out towards the L-Hell position. Lucky wraps over at A2, and they're not even ready for him. Quick kills returning for Twistzz. They pick up a rifle, put it to effect, and suddenly Spint is on 1 versus 3.
That was incredibly sloppy coming out from in-game. It's almost like they didn't anticipate Ivy presence at all.
There you go. You wanted to know exactly why they wouldn't go for the force investment. I mean, there's your reason. They can win it off the hand cannons. And again, you know, like, I'm not too... White train. Seeing you do anything with this saved equipment. The Spint the first to go down. Foster and Height do turn up a couple of good frags. Oh, I thought that was the shot from Foster, but no. kinqie and Height are right behind him, backing up the defensive, and Cerq to fall into pieces. 1v4 for Keir here. He will get a trade back in the backlines, but the
control. There should be no way Twistzz can bring this back. Peek out from heaven. Good shot comes out for the AUG.
35 seconds, and they're a lot closer than I initially expect, but they're also misreading the angle it might come from. Finally, Keir gets himself the third. Spray through on Railway, can't quite catch him, down to 1 point of health though. Smokes on, and eventually he does fall, so 2-all to the board. And then
disappointed they didn't win it with like 2 or 3 players staying alive, because they probably could have. Fast Xing towards the A side, it's out towards Popdog. Railway to find that first hit, completely blind. He continues doing damage.
And Prime turns it for a 2-for-1. Height gets that AWP shot into a 3-on-3. 2 more spotted at Olaf kinqie there, the old bomb, the old hell position. Seeing the information and just suppressing them with the smokes going down. They've lost a player in the interim, though, so man advantage tips to the favor of the CT side. But kinqie has something to say about that. Getting Sycrone top of blue, AWP of Lucky. Can't see anything from this position, and kwezz is also very low on HP here on the site. He needs to secure that bomb plant relatively soon, and Foster's watching for the one angle he needs. A single bullet would take him down, as the headshot will come through against Lucky's part. So kwezz, you're right about his call. Go back to the B side, get the bomb plant in, try to survive the 1v2.
Yeah, look, it's the only option, right? He realizes his teammate had gone down. He'd already taken connector control, work with that information, go.
Play anti-flash. Bomb's not planted on default, so swing back, spray through on the player top of oil, and Foster will take him down. So they'll get back on the bomb, go for the defuse. Got the kits in place, so should have plenty of time to go ahead and get this round together for the in-game side. 3-2 to the board, the early lead established. I have to go for that risk a little bit earlier, though.
Oh, timing.
Utility coming down, Incendiary is good enough, but just forcing them back here. Low HP, AK capitalizes on Railway, looks to strike, drop the bomb, drop the backup. kwezz, last man standing in a 1v4, needs to get back up the brown halls as well, and Height just shuts him down with a simple AWP peek and pick.
Aggressive towards Ivy, but ends up backing off, and they have actually got to play a quick out towards Olaf, and Height with the enemy P pushes forward from the E-box line.
That aggression has worked well for in-game several times now. Frag found, opening up very early with the AWP this time, and the low HP player of Sycrone tagged up by that HE. kinqie can take a simple frag back, and Prime will give up his position and take a
play. He could backstab him again, but there's also a player backstabbing the backstabber.
And gets caught off by Railway. Keir turns it back on Foster. Bomb plant be secured on the default position. They watch back at the back lines. Oh, they catch off that AWP, but a simple shoulder bait for Keir. And now kwezz will keep his eyes on the stopper areas. Can he catch a flank on Spin? He may well be able to do so. Keeping his eyes on upper as well. Gets caught off guard, so it's all left to Keir. 1-on-2. He's got 2 kills so far this round for the Quadra in this round. Utility being thrown back from Connector as he repositions to the other side of the bomb train here at Summit. Hearing the footsteps, Molotov's in swing on Spin, takes him down. Incendiary close central to the bomb site, tap on a bomb once for Railway. He's got the kit and he's got the clutch. Does he have the time for this defuse? I think he does. 6-2 again in-game, keeping the rounds right. Definitely a shock to the system for Twistzz on their map pick as well. Losing so much at this stage. Railway and kinqie trading back and forth to start things off. Railway immediately refragged, and look at Spint being so close towards this smoke position as it starts to clear. He'll look for two players, only get that one frag. The trade is good. Very confident peeks in from him given his HP numbers. He might catch a player for it. No, missing his both sprays, and a wallbang headshot is allowed for kinqie. The bomb will make its way up to the site, probably get planted central on the train itself. The AUG of fostar sees his man, sprays through nice and easy. All left to kinqie, 1v3. Feeling so simple from in-game as well. I'm kind of surprised that Twistzz aren't holding more of a contest in this one. They're on the bomb, smoking off positions, gapping that smoke. No, he can't see it. Ooh. No, kinqie blind fires regardless. Gets the frag on a first, looks back to the backline, and someone on the bomb, and Height's going to back him up. Get that frag nice and easy again. Bit of a challenge there from kinqie in that particular respect, but still a good retake for him. Try hold back, passive past the smoke, and wait for his teammates to get here.
No one coming in from a Brown Hall's flank for the CT side. Good start coming out from Lucky, getting pushed up right up aggressively towards the connector area. Cerq find the opening man advantage, and still a fair bit of utility for the CT side to work with.
Now Prime watching the backstopper area, back of yellow. kinqie will fire through, and Lucky just reads him like a book. Because there will not be a big buy coming into round 11. And they're on the hunt here. Twistzz know that they're just as low, so exit frags will be secured, but they have to go back towards Ivy and avoid the likes of kinqie here, who could catch off the AWP with his back turned. Smokes on the line, some cover, but still, Height goes down. V, meanwhile, the aggression will start. Ooh. They can't catch kwezz. He jumps out of the way. Railway still goes down. He's backed up by sycrone. kwezz is lucky to have some...
Prime could get caught off guard by the player behind him. AUG doesn't win out the fight against the AK. That's beautiful stuff.
Risk high reward play, which is something you don't actually get to see a lot on train, which I'm happy that, you know, in-game we're able to isolate those positions and actually try and make a situation like that actually, you know, happen. But obviously, as you mentioned, it didn't work out for them in terms of the actual results itself, so... 5 versus 2 on the post plant, trying to hold on these weapons one more time. They will lose Spin, and Height's basically pushed into a corner quite literally at this stage. Does at least catch Lucky with a decent flick, but one more player down on the site itself, and sycrone is going to make his way up through upper. Is Height going to be too close to catch off the shot against him? Oh, he's looking left and right here, realizing he might be in trouble. Does finally take out sycrone, so doing a decent job of fending them off here, and I think he might just stay alive for the end of this round. Yeah, I don't think either T-side player can get to him, so they'll just save these two AKs. And in-game will make it an expensive win for Twistzz. In-game, to their credit, they're good at opening up these rounds here, and look at how aggressive kinqie wants to do so. Flashbang in, too many players to deal with. They all sprayed that win streak of rounds they got a little bit earlier on. You see how many, you know, how prevalent. Over at A2, seeing utility coming back out, realizing what's really going on. They might have to concede the bomb hunt and go for that all-important retake. And as Railway goes down, Cerq take the advantage.
I think this is an instant save now for in-game. I just don't see how they can realistically go for it. Maybe if Railway was able to do more damage onto the side, but with 3v4, they're in a massive disadvantage, and now the AWP is probably secured. The Pop Dog and split towards A, much better from Cerq. I want to see more things like that.
Fakes and baits against In and Height. So all in all, it's actually not a bad setup for them. That's just In, of course, a standard. Trade out towards Pop Dog. Height goal! He gets only those 2 kills. Almost got Prime as well. Railway with a deagle could finish off the job, and you can see he's back here at E-Box, expecting his player to be out here. He tried to pop flash his way through, but Railway shuts him down, and Spin follows suit with another good kill at Sandwich. All left to Lucky in a 1v4. He'll catch off Railway, but still so many more to go. It's not going to happen.
And that's it.
Secondary AWP in, Height and heavy investment, and kinqie heavy aggression here against Lucky. Shoulder baiting on the AWP, extended a bit too far and loses his life for it. Spraying through the floor, trying to get a wallbang shot. Prime, meanwhile, made his way out towards the sandwich position. AWP on site here, gets himself away with a kill. Railway and fostar can trade back to a 2-on-2 as they maintain access to the B site. Prime getting fostar, leaving it all to Railway. AK picked up, but out in the open, shut down by the 2K.
Towards A, looks like it's going to be on the cards for the T's. They might just rush that bomb down through Pop Dog. Yeah, it's going into A, actually. Ooh.
And kinqie taps up fostar immediately. Railway trying to trade it back here for the in-game aggression to work out. What? Gets himself a triple out of Olaf, and Spin follows suit with the P250 in tow. kwezz suddenly alone with a kit and 13 HP. This is a round for in-game.
Oh, that kill feed just lined it up, and Railway might even be on for the 4K. No, not quite. A bit of a return comes back, but in-game, it was doing a lot in that first half. The two players trying to crossfire over that B bomb site. They might try and bait out the aggression. The timing is so awkward, and kinqie finds that first kill. The bomb gets dropped, but KRIMZ alone on the site, and he can't find anything. Great couple of kills coming out from fostar, and it's down to just two players on the CT side left.
AWP watching from the back lines. Rotations maybe inbound. sycrone's there to cut it back off. No, plant down on default. AK ready for a backstab, but he does not get the shot that he needs. sycrone with a frag. AWP, the highest speed player in this example, and he's getting taken out. No, Railway turns on Lucky, and sycrone deals with height. 1-on-1. Slight health advantage to the CT player, and sycrone wins the fight for it. 3 kills to his name. Defuse getting stuck, and Tricked win their first of the half.
Yeah, look, individually, sycrone's really been struggling over the course of this map. Only 5 kills before the start of round 19, but he steps up.
They have on either side, favorable to the in-game camp. And look at Railway. Look at how far aggressive he's got. Kira has no idea he's about to get shot in the back of the head. They should read the sandwich position. The AWP missing out the player over at Olof, dropping down so they get even more info out of this angle, and sandwich between what could potentially be a quick play in towards Ivy. Indeed, it comes through. Railway gets lucky. Can't get prime, but that's what Finn's there for. Sees both CTs, but still loses the engagement. And now they should wrap their way back into the B bomb site. No, they're going to go through A2.
What?
And kwezz deals with kinqie. Tricked should not be getting away with these fights, but now they know where to go at last.
Oh, they just keep fighting. And now you'd almost have to think that there could be an advantage for the CTs, because it's only down to one player of fostar. Does he hear the player towards the brown halls? He might have.
Don't know if Prime made any foot as well. It was a good read either way. They've been seen there towards the marshmallow position, and kwezz swings out to get the AWP pick. And Tricked will have a 9th in-game. They really threw that round away. That was not a fun time at all for these guys. Like, that could have been so much better played there from the T sideline. They converged in, and they got the SMGs to drop as well. The further they... Up in from Lucky, trying to find that opening fight as well. Take as much out of the players they possibly can, but kinqie opens up on the likes of... Prime is just waiting for another T side player. That's the only thing... No idea. Like, Hyde's probably just sitting there like, what the hell?
Play may have been seen to the upper player of kwezz towards his heaven position. Railway with the wide swing. Big frag comes through. Lucky does find the trade, and it's going to be a big backstab coming through from sycrone too.
3-on-2, Railway. He went up towards the showers area, so there's opportunities for sycrone here. Reload caught in by Railway's part. That's a frag back. And a second kill as well, so very well played from him. Deagle back, AK swapped, and he gets spin. So that's very well done from sycrone again. Not quite the round, but definitely
a brown hall's take from in-game.
Fast play out, quick kill from fostar. That might already set themselves for the save here on the Trick side. Incendiary's coming through. 5-on-4, and they are spreading out towards CT, but a player's making his way back at Ivy, so...
Begging that they don't hunt, because if they hunt, yeah, you might do damage, but you need to get yourselves a strong economy. One player does go down.
And that could be the victory road right there. Look at AK. Railway! Turning away from Prime, but gets back to the headshot just in time. That could have been disastrous. He could have found his way back into the T-con position. And another very aggressive sort of play. Fortunately, though, it's a 5 versus 4 for the in-game side. Another kill coming in for kinqie out towards the ground halls. Not quite ready for the second player, though. So there's one trade, but Kira aggressing, and that's the chance for Railway to swing back, get his double up, turn 2 players to deal with now.
Yeah, B's completely open. They're actually going to sell it as a little bit of a fake. The NWP from Lucky.
Punch to be secured here. That Molotov will force Lucky out position.
Yeah, really good molly onto the NWP. And look at the damage it's doing onto him. He's down to just 18 points of health. It's got to be sycrone to do the heavy lifting. He's been seen by fostar. The round is absolutely done.
It's down to timing. Does Lucky turn back towards his entrance in the right moment?
Nah, kill.
No, he doesn't. And that's big. That's a free AW. 2 SMGs, 2 AWPs will still get brought down by Trick. I feel like that money could have been more efficiently used to get rifles out, but they're going to go with it, and they lose that M4 straight up and out.
Yeah, not the best of starts coming out for Twistzz. They've done a little bit of damage onto High, but they know that at least Prime's in Pop Dog. The molly does so...
Over Trick to ready, given the fact they rotated out of Pop Dog. Dropping down kwezz. Takes one out on a site, swing back on a second, but Spint and kinqie deal with him and Lucky, so it's all left to sycrone. Shot hitting the train, not getting a tag or a kill. And back at CT spawn to save the weapon.
As well, is they won that round from like a 2v5 deficit. I think the AWP's even being hunted here. Ooh, good shot comes out from sycrone, but they know he's here. Everyone can start pushing now. This should be no chance in which he holds on to this AWP. This is going to be a very, very tough ask coming out for sycrone. Does get another shot, actually, but he's got a couple of players behind him. Do they just push through the smoke? Oh, he gets another. All right, then. I thought that was for play.
No, not anymore. They just turn away from him. Prime could line them all up. They have absolutely no idea, but Railway just looks back. Peeking in, flashed out, completely blind. Backups arriving in Lucky. The AWP getting on top of the connector train. Drops the bomb planter. That's a big kill to find. fostar dealt with by kwezz on the summit spot. Looking at the site itself, kinqie will trade to a 3v3. And out in the open is where they'll spot even more contact, but a bomb plant down at default. And all three players at 33 HP or less here. kinqie, Railway, and Spint. Very tight on those numbers, but now need to turn them into frags right here. AK picked up by Kier. That's an advantage gain. kinqie losing HP. Swing back on the marshmallow position, and the spray doesn't line up for him. Back and forth for the trade. Now all left to Spin. All he's got to do is defend against the diffuser. Swing and hit from sycrone instead. And Cerq hold themselves a viable round.
Oh, they're in, Jay, but how's it today?
Plenty of them. The contact Lucky and Prime, those 2 kills coming to start things off. fostar will trade back with the AK, find something to respond. But look at kwezz, look how quickly he wants to find this trade. And Cerq finding a new breath of life with that round coming together. Rifles out, sycrone ready for kinqie, gets the kill on him. And big win of that to keep things going here on the CT side. In-game still within touching this.
Oh, spam coming throughout from Ivy onto sycrone. A lot of damage coming through. fostar! Oh, that's such a big kill to come out from...
AK watching 20 seconds. They're going to exit out of the gate. Spray through on Railway. Gets that 1 kill. Prime turns it back though. 4v3 at 13 seconds. And Lucky catches the angle on Spint as well. Forced back. Red train. sycrone there with the AWP on the other side to back up his AWP. And Lucky turns his deagle onto the final frag. And Railway looks to try enter once again out of the T-con position. Gets shut.
They've got to OT and they lost a round where it was a 5v2 situation. Sometimes you often feel that you look back at the negatives in situations like this.
And sycrone looking past that smoke. It will start to fade here. kinqie's got utility in his hands and he can't hold on. To add to the list of them we've had over the course of the day so far. And fostar will try fight his way back out the brown holes, but the bomb's going to get picked up from height and rotated into the B site. He's found a line in. But they need to get it planted first and foremost.
Yeah, they need to get height over. This is going to take some time. It's going to come down to fostar. Just stay alive. If he could do more damage, then great. He's pushed up very aggressively. And now height's the last one left. 1v3, 2 players over towards the B site. Got to get a bit of a move on. Now remember as well, Jay, this is 10k MR3 for the overtime. So investing into AWPs can sometimes be a little bit awkward. So height just might want to try and save. He drops down, but he's got no time. Oh no, he's just gonna have to hold on to the AWP, and he might even get taken down after timing sycrone.
Just keep his eyes on roughly like the satellite area of his crosshair. He would have seen the head of the CT that was there. Come back to that in a moment, because now he's trying to see if he can make up for it with the opening kill against Prime.
At all. They can even rotate that other player off of B towards A. In-game have got a lot of map territory, but they haven't spotted the player out towards Sandwich. The M4 only finds 1. Now there's a chance for Lucky to backstab down from Popdog or go out towards T-Con.
A 4-on-3 situation. About to drop that in towards that popped up position for the CT side, and Spin deals with Lucky as a result of it. Nice kill. kinqie watching for sycrone next here towards the wall. Actually put a smoke a little bit close, but there's a gap there for him to work with. kinqie still reads it, takes the kill back. kwezz to fall on the side.
Got a couple of players on MP9s.
Yeah, I have to. Money is not quite there for them. Heights will get Kier on the opening frag as well. That's one of the few rifles they had to work with being taken out already. And look at Prime. Look at how aggressive he is. The T's have absolutely no idea about this. Once again, they're going for the backstab. Takes that first player out. No info on the second. It's turn. Foster finds the trade. And a single foot was separating those two players. Now he makes his way down against the AWP as they find info and a man advantage against the CT side. But kwezz pushes forward. Fortunately, response is there. But
position. In-game just need to make sure that they're not offering up any stupid 1v1 duels and they're playing together. kinqie swings out from Ivy and in-game.
Going for the future round, so they have to make it work. They know there's a player out of sandwich, and Lucky's going to catch him just at the edge of the smoke. I think he got the info, and Kier follows suit with a second frag. Playing from T-Con, so that's an irrelevant sort of call. If he was in connector, he could have gone for the under-trained wallbang shot.
Yeah.
But now it's been revealed here. He's not even got a kill for it. Kier's going to swing out and get that frag. That
first round on CT, that you set yourselves up of not a great position. Buying into the next won't be too much of a problem. They can
get around together, and again, they're going to push out Prime into the sandwich position. Railway's flashed out early, and Kier is going to open up on kinqie. Railway moving closer, past the edge of that smoke, goes down. AWP seen close, the gun barrel way too long. Spin does not see Lucky top of blue. And, well, this is a clean-up round from Trick. Absolute confidence brimming from the T side.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Not even competitive at all from the City side. Foster goes out. In-game, really going to struggle with the buy going forward. Of Foster. Smokes out towards the A side. Looks like it's going to be the run out for T-Con.
Kier and sycrone open up the round. 2 quick frags to find. 5 versus 3 gained here. Bomb plant can be secured as soon as it gets to the site. Kier is going to force more CTs away. kinqie lurking in the midst of the smoke, shut down by sycrone. That was their Hail Mary play, the only one that could have gotten them far. Railway's got to do some deagle domes. And be setting up the utility. He might get caught off guard before he can throw the smoke, though. Utility being seen. Flashbangs can't get thrown out at this stage. Kier takes the opener as they storm the B sites.
They get the smoke down, but you're right. The flashes didn't come out. Great backstab comes in from the underpass position. kinqie's completely blind with the Glock. Hasn't been taken down just yet. Finally, the kills start to trickle in, and Height is now the last one left in a 1v5. What a round.
They use those flashbangs to their favor as well, getting the kill on the player in the apartments and everything. So, Tricked playing that 1-2.
Those odds 3-1 for in-game on them at Pick a Mirage. That's ballsy. Maybe Paramatch knows something that I don't. Well, at least Prime and Lucky do, because they fight a couple of kills aggressing out from mid. In-game now starts to take a little bit of top mid control, but they've already lost so much.
Incendiary is down to that mid position, and look at Lucky and Underpass will cover off that entryway of the site if necessary. They're focusing fire on these T-side forces. Finally, Spin can find a trade, so that's something to hold in the A play here.
See if they can catch off one of the connector players. AWP gets seen. Good swing coming out. In-game, very, very difficult situation for them. They have gone back to pick up the bomb, but no utility to AKs. If they hit B right now, could be a chance if they could deal with sycrone.
Fama watching, sees Foster. Bomb dropped. Nice and easy. Spin 1v4. Well out of dodge here. This is going to be a third for the Trick side, and a very solid and confident start here on this CT side. They've conceded a single kill so far in this in these first 3 rounds. Railway, the Tech 9 will make his way in first and foremost. Sees that player, or does he? Well, the M4 will try and fight and do damage to kinqie, but kinqie still...
2 players, it could be a third on rotation.
Mirage in the past couple of days has delivered some really weird plays and strats, but they do still get the kill on sycrone. Player back at Brucey corner.
No
Does
way.
get dealt with by Foster, but he still gets the bomb plant to drop. AK out the gate for Prime, gets a frag back to a 3 versus 2. Bomb plant attempted again, and now Height goes down. 2-on-2 in the end. Railway will frag back, so it leaves it all to Lucky on the AWP. Coming in from the short control, trying to flick out 360. The Railway takes him down and becomes the savior of the... Can get planted at least, though.
They get a little bit of jungle control. Tricked are not in a great position here at all. Very low when it comes to the utility. They need to try and strike out from connector. Flash coming over. Foster takes a little bit of it. The Trick need to get a move on. They need to find a pick, and there it is. Finally, they deal with Railway.
And sycrone to get Foster. Height will try and back in with the AWP. The smoke clears in connector, but Lucky responds. And Height can't hit the shot of the player at the CT spawn. Lucky turns up a tidy double, and Height Well, now suppressed from the bomb itself. It is in the open, but Lucky will try and keep him away from the ramp control. They're going to stick the whole bomb plant as well, so the Orb will just keep fighting. Height will take one player down. But Lucky sacrifice enables the round to go the way of the CT side. Molotov down, smokes on Lucky. Taking that Fama aggressive towards the underpass area, but it's Kier, the first casualty on the short position. Can they get the spray to connect? Yes, they can. That was Malik from Railway. Took basically an entire magazine to get that kill, but 5v3 regardless for in-game. But sycrone's going to try to respond with some aggression and map control up the apartments here.
Yeah, there's a few times we've seen sneaky plays like this from Cerq, and well, at least one of the MP9s is gonna. Oh, I think he's been seen. Yeah, definitely got seen there from Splint. Cerq. Do they save here? Oh, there's a wrap coming in towards the back of market. The CT player might see it though.
Prime made footsteps though. Railway is well aware of his position and he just takes him down. kwezz also aggressed upon by fostar here in the market control. And in-game chiming back with some brilliance and confidence.
Of these somewhat aggressive plays.
I mean, when you've got pistols out, you kind of need to go for something a bit more unorthodox to get the victories together. And he does find Railway at least, so that's a kill. It's a start. He falls back off the back of it here. Got Primal Swing connected here in the footsteps, seeing players coming out, and he gets dealt with by Height. So we'll have to kwezz now back here towards the ramp position over at Tetris. Spin has no idea about this. He's also got a P250, so not the best weapon for range control. Still gets the shot on fostar, so never mind what I'm saying. Kier turned up at a kill, and AK turned back on kinqie. He's got bomb control. Yeah, that's upsetting knowing that he's on 17. AK turned up, sprayed through, doesn't get the kill on Lucky. Again, getting close, but no
unorthodox moves, but they are out in Mirage. Certainly coming into this with a bit of a different game plan. Out towards Tetris, completely blind. That's a simple kill for Railway. Yeah, good flashbang from Spin, setting up the AK to do the damage. Prime still here, seeing the smokes come down a connector. He's already ahead of it at jungle. More smokes come through. Another great flash by Spin allows Railway to get the secondary kill. Now Kier makes his way out of CT stairs, dealt with by Railway for his third frag in this round. sycrone can find a response, but as Lucky goes down, he's the only player left. For long nades sailing right past the entire T-side force. Does get Railway overextending, getting a bit greedy for that 4K, but Spin's there to follow suit. Focus on here, the in-game side. The AWP starts to make his way up for T, and they will catch Lucky off as a result. That underpass play catching him as he tries to rotate away from position and going down to the 5v4 already. Blind sprays from Kier doing damage, but they can't seem to find Railway. They can't find the trade back. A good start from the T side. Aggression coming in from Palace. kinqie, though, takes down kwezz, and from here, I mean, it might even be a saved attempt. It's got to be Prime to at least get a couple of kills, you've got to think.
Found that first on Railway. Duck down low, looking back towards the Palace position. Sees that AWP. I don't know if he saw the player over at Palace as well. The smokes on fostar, moving closer towards connector. Are they ready for a backstab? He's watching out that short position. Is Prime going to try to deny the bomb plot? He'll take down the player in the backlines. kinqie gets himself a kill alongside fostar, who turns around from connector. So sycrone now left towards the underpass position. Can't even win that fight. And in-game have a
very late lurk that could perhaps backstab. I don't mind this from Railway.
Oh, good shot from Lucky, though. Turns up the kill to open up the round for Tricked instead. M4 swinging back a sycrone, not quite getting the kills that he wanted to. Railway turns up on Kier, meanwhile, as they try and open up towards the A bomb site. You're right about that backstab, but it might have just brought them a line back into the A play instead. Prime's going to try to shut it down from the short position. Sees that contact, can't get that kill. And AUG up from CT spawn now for kwezz will be the next man to challenge. Sees the player at the back site. Railway comes up with a frag. kinqie following suit. AWP shot, not going to go to the bomb planter, and kinqie finds Lucky on shore. That was a top fragger in the server by a mile. AWP of Lucky will try to shut him down first. Good timing with the flashbang, keeping him fully blind. Smoke down towards CT, falls back, concedes the site, setting up a retake here.
Oh, Lucky even goes for a secondary one. Finally ends up getting traded, but that's the man advantage being found. Smoke goes down towards jungle, but there are still a couple of avenues here for the players towards the top of Con.
Oh, spray line up for Prime, doing damage to two players, but kwezz has got to finish the job. Takes a ton of HP differential against Spin, and fostar can close out the job, but Kier turns around at AUG, deals with him, and kinqie is left alone with the AK in hand. Molotov towards the site, trying to force him away. He'll just plant back a danger box, though. And they aren't going to spray through it. They'll finally do some damage towards him. Further nades up. The swing out against sycrone, though, gets the kill, gets the round, at least gets a consolation, and 9-6 half will go the way of in-game. And Cerq, they had a great start in that one, but it really got tested towards the end.
It did.
Tomorrow where they have to play for that spot in the main event. For now, it's the pistol round of the second half. Taps up USP, Sprint comes up with that kill. kwezz and kinqie and Prime go back and forth for a 2-for-2 trade overall. Lucky's not checking short. Did no one know where Sprint was? Either way, Railway's going to come to the back line, deal with sycrone, and Prime's left alone, spamming through with the Glock, overwhelmed by the numbers game and all the positions they add there on the in-game side. It's a attempt to the defuse. And Trick, so many mistakes, even angles that were given up, information conceded by the CT side, they weren't able to capitalize on it.
It was a good read from in-game to start off the round.
The T side as the bomb is out there towards that ramp control. Look at Lucky. Look how aggressive he's going to get. Try and support the kill on kinqie. Height will take the trade, but Foundation does him for about 75. M4 sees contact, sees that bomb partner. Now's the chance for the CT player to swing through with sycrone. Gets towards connector, deals with Railway. Bomb plant secured here. Spin taking a ton of damage, doing damage to Kier to return. Height will be able to finish off the job on that kill. And kwezz sitting back at bench. 2 flashes against him will give away his position. All 3 CTs coming up, and Prime, you're right about him. He's making his way to the back, but they might not be ready for this. If they can hold off for time, they can potentially hold off the round. sycrone watching out the open plant position. Prime got the UMP standing, sees Spin, takes him down, sees the AUG, and sycrone takes his chance to
smoke in a couple of flashes. Hyde's trying to get aggressive around this smoke. He's at least going to be able to see the player and connect onto the shot to find the first.
Yeah, very aggressive from Prime, trying to force the kill out towards the apartments. That might cost them big time. I say that, and Lucky gets kinqie at the jungle and stairs, but either way, the plant's going to be secured by sycrone. They've got access to the site.
And they've got a backstab coming in through Palace, though. fostar, it all just comes down to a matter of timing. That's a big kill. That's the man advantage now.
Kier back in the corner, going to clear out jungle. Got to look towards connector though, spray through on Railway. I don't know if you know if he tagged him. Lucky and Kier still get those kills. fostar making magic. 3 kills to his name. And Lucky just waiting back here. Orp peeks in, shot connects, and he knows where Foster's at. He's going to go for the no-scope. No! Repeat back in for the mouth. kwezz going to try and be the main entry man from here, but fostar is going to be their main concern. Molotov to try force him out. Still lines up a kill. He burns, however. And Spin smoking down the position. Nade to his angle. Bomb plant back at the front corner. 50 HP for Spin, the closest player. Going to try boost the T-side player on top of the boxes. Eventually they get that together. So 4-on-4 retake. Trick have an ace up their sleeve.
I like that they haven't forced the fight onto the short player. Smoke just goes down for Spin. Waits for the relocation in from his teammates. 4-on-4 retake. In this position, do they check it at all onto the boost? Well, kinqie goes down, and now I think they're just saving. They're backing off on this.
If Bama of Spin will stay around to try to see if he can get some exit frags, he will get kwezz to drop at least. Is this going to reposition? No, he'll go down. sycrone swings, and now they've got to get out from the apartment. So, Orp and M4 saved in-game. Not able to get away with the 3 kills. Definitely not getting away with the round. That much is for certain. Well placed there from Trick. kwezz in particular back over the bench, dealing with the short control and dealing with the majority of the retake.
Have asked a better time. Good utility, though. A lot of damage onto Prime and Kier.
They've constantly suffered to those nades, and that Molotov doing even more. Look at the P90 out from Kier, though. fostar can trade him, try fall back to market. The bomb's made its way up, and Prime is desperate to try find a response. Railway will end up dropping. They still know that fostar's somewhere close to the site. Smoke's about to clear. He's about to lose his main source of cover. No, he's not actually. Prime seen him, takes him down, and now it's kinqie in a 1v3. Deagle out here as the smoke finally clears out from the market door. And there it is.
From Direct.
Yeah, in-game have won the pistol round only. And Prime opening up on kinqie. Kier gonna execute Height with maximum prejudice. And fostar with his AWP out towards short. He's already lost the main AWP in Height. He's got to fall back and save the weapon. The bomb plant's gonna be secured. And for Trek, this is gonna be a 14th round. Each Railway gets away with 1 kill back on King. You know, it's just in-game have lost that spark that gave them so much in the early rounds.
Yeah, and you look back at
the economy line and the loss bonus. Prime again going to try play aggressive towards the apartments. AWP of Height does catch Kier. Nicely timed flash, but still he counters it with well-timed of his own right. The bomb's going to get picked up as Trick lose the man advantage.
Oh, what a start. And look at how that's panning out for them. They find the opening pick. They then take Prime down from the apps position. A bit of an aggression peak does come through from fostar. Maybe not anticipating another play over from ramp. Yeah. It's got to be a B player, and Splint's not even anticipating short. Finally checks it over. That's a big kill, though, from sycrone.
Low HP player as well that kwezz got to deal with. He gets that frag together, and Tricks have recovered it. Bomb plant coming down 3-on-2 retake. And in-game don't have many options. They kind of have after round continuously in this late game. And I think you might be right at this stage. You know, I thought it was a bit premature for you to call it a couple rounds ago. But now I have no reason to doubt it at this stage. Tricked are in prime position to win this series. They will lose a lot of players, but the money is still there for most of them.
It was only that last one in which they lost the 2 opening picks, but still brought the round back.
I will say that I think I underestimated Tricked coming into this series. You know, I thought it would be a 2-0 on name value alone, but they've demonstrated a whole lot more than that at this stage. Right now they're walking in towards the A site with no CTs there. kinqie could be a bit of a problem child, though. No one's watching that pulse position. Now they are. Kier, the perfect timing in the world, takes him down. Incendiaries and smoke to siphon off entryways to the site. The plant will be secured. And 40 seconds for Trick to hold off and take the win in this map and this series. Orps watching, AKs pressing closer. All 3 CTs back at CT spawn. One man goes down. Next up, Orp looking in towards the position that Lucky fired from. Re-smoke back down from the CTs to buy some cover. Siphon off that Orpa's position and the player that's out in the open, the central site. And Height just can't see anything. Spin's got to get onto the bomb. They've got to get to the defuse at this stage. They're running out of moments. And Height will take one. kwezz responds. All left again. Well out of time. Good flick towards kwezz, but not enough to win the game. 16.